This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
Blonde and tan. You don't need anything else.
That's John's motto.
That was nice.
Blonde and tan, don't need anything else.
Chris.
Hell yeah, we are.
Yeah.
All right, language.
Or Mr. Phil will yell at you.
What?
And Justin.
If you're one of those people who signed a petition to change it, get a life.
It was like so.
Say it sucks and move on. You're gonna survive.
Yeah.
Oh, I spent all my years. Then, if you spent all your years invested in it, that's sad. Get a life.
All right,
It's a
Yubby.
TV show.
The episode starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. How's everybody doing?
Buddy. Good. Yeah. Y'all want to say anything else, or you just want to get right into this ridiculous movie? You want to avoid this, John? Let's avoid it. Let's talk about something else. I
don't know.
What is it? What is it? Veto. I veto this. I veto this movie.
As you probably heard from the last podcast, our movie this week was Master of Disguise. Cue one of the 50 theme songs in this movie.
There is a lot.
I've never heard so many movie-specific songs before.
It's very weird.
Lots of rap, lots of early 2000s crap music.
Yeah. What year did this come out? 2002?
This
Yes.
was trying to be super, like, I guess, in with the younger crowd.
It was trying to be a lot
It
of
seemed that
things.
way. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the tone of this
Okay,
movie.
so-
It's very hard to tell.
So this is weird. This is weird. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. I was like, what movie have we seen that was like super trying to get into like that kind of age group? And it was Scooby-Doo. We watched Scooby-Doo and they were trying to get it. And Scooby-Doo did so much better
Which is saying a
Yeah, it had
lot.
the
than
same kind of
this
feel.
movie.
Yeah.
That says a lot about
This
this
is,
movie and how bad it is.
You know, also about this movie, the Happy Madison logo at the beginning of it. That's also said a lot about this movie.
This, for me, is definitely the down spiral of what Adam Sandler's company would put out.
Seriously.
Okay, so Chris,
So let's talk about.
what did it mean to you?
I said it last week. I saw a trailer for it when I was 11. I think I'm too old for this. I did not find any of it funny, so I'd never seen it. I had heard it was terrible, but I'd never seen it before. What about you, John?
Okay, so the only thing I know about this movie is am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? And I'm like, that's all I know. That's
Turtle Club.
That's
Well,
all
the only
I
white
know
people
about this
know.
movie. And
Yeah.
it was a commercial. I guess it was it was on the commercials.
It probably was.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Because that was one of the only funny parts.
Yes.
All right.
And Justin, you
so
love this movie?
here's the reason why I chose it. I liked it when I was a
Okay.
kid. I thought it was funny. I'm not proud of it. Okay. But this has always been kind of a secret love of mine because it's so bad.
Okay.
So
Have you ever liked something that no one else likes, but you just love it just because it's
plenty
so bad?
of times, apparently.
This
Yeah.
is.
Apparently, all the things that I
But
like.
see, John,
in this
at
podcast,
least
you guys
those
hate,
were
so-
opinions from us. You know,
Right.
I could conceivably see why somebody would like some of those movies. I can maybe see why people like Dragon Ball Z, even though I joke about it. I can see that.
Yeah.
It's
There's so
popular.
many things great about
This,
that show.
there's no reason why anybody should like this movie.
No, that's a good point. It's
right.
definitely one of the worst things you've seen.
This is my
For sure.
this is my secret passion. I don't know why I think this is funny. I don't.
Do you think it's? I mean, we both know that you like Danny Carvey a lot. Do you think that's the reason? It's because it's Danny Carvey?
It's part of it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the fun facts here. You know,
Well,
Okay,
we
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
do plot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You wanna do
John.
plot.
what kind of plot could you figure from this out?
Okay, so the opening scene is very weird and creepy. So you have this like really hot girl like running
Bo Derek?
from like I guess the mob,
Yeah,
and she like Batman jumps off a roof and glides down,
for sure.
and then she
That
gets
happens.
into a car and takes off her face, and it's this
Yeah.
middle-aged like dude that looks like with the porno mustache.
James Brolin.
and-
James Brolin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they
Yeah,
got
you
him to
just-
do this.
He's a respectable actor.
And then you find that he's like the main character's like father, I guess.
Yeah,
So
Who's almost as old as
Uh,
James Brolin, probably at this point.
probably so. Yeah.
all right, so flash forward, you have Pistachio.
What's his last name? What's his last name, John?
Say it.
Pistachio?
What's his last
Is that what
name?
it is?
Birth- Disguise.
Disguisey.
Disguise.
Disguise.
So subtle.
Disguisey.
Disguise.
Disguisey, yeah. Pistachio Disguisey. Okay.
Yeah.
So, which
Ugh.
he's at the very beginning of the movie, you think he's insane. Like he needs to be
Right.
on some type of medication. Like it's
Right.
bad. So his family gets kidnapped at the very beginning of the movie.
Mama and the Papa.
And then he starts to pray to God with like something like some type of food in his hand, which is weird.
A cannoli.
And his grandfather just shows up randomly. Yeah, a cannoli.
Yep.
His grandfather just shows up randomly. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna explain how I know about this later," which it never explains
Nope.
how he knows about this.
No.
They find their father's nest, which is like his hideout.
Yeah.
Pistachio trains to be this master of disguise, which
Yep.
I don't know where I've heard that before. So he trains to be a master of disguise, and then he gets like this apprentice,
Very hot.
and yeah, pretty hot apprentice. Yeah.
No butt though, apparently.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
They find clues. They bring them to the Turtle Club. They find clues, and they go to the kidnappers' like party, and yeah, then they leave the party, and then they go to the guy's hideout, and his dad turns into the actual kidnapper
For no reason.
for no reason at all. And then the way that the movie ends is the way he turns his dad back into himself is he puts underwear on top of his head like
Yeah.
he had when he was a kid, and his dad just shakes his head, turns back into his dad.
Which apparently
and
was a
that's the end of the
mask,
movie.
but now he could take it
Yeah.
off and
Apparently.
Shake it
Apparently
off.
this mask, for some reason, he puts it on
Shake-
and he becomes that
shake-
person.
it was crazy
Shake it off.
glued.
Yeah.
I
Alright, so I want to hear your fun facts, Justin, but I want you to do a fun facts theme, and I want you to do it in a very insensitive, racist accent
I'd
of
rather
your
not.
choice.
I would rather not.
Okay? 'Cause there's plenty of that in this movie, but go ahead.
I can't think of which song should I do?
I don't know. Master of Skies, that one again.
No. This is the fun facts of disguise. There you go. So, quick little rewind here on Dana Carvey. One of the biggest stars SNL had in the late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s. Okay?
Uh-huh.
He was the guy.
Great impressionist.
Yes, after
Great
Eddie
impressionist.
Murphy, he was the guy.
Yeah.
Then Mike Myers,
Yeah.
Sandler, all of them came in. He kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Fine. He was there for like 8 or 9 years. It was time for him to go. He did Wayne's World and
Okay.
stuff. All good. And then he was like, you know what? I want to do a kids movie. He had kids. You have to realize he was 45 at this point.
Oh my gosh.
He was old.
Okay.
He was
Wait,
almost.
okay, hold on. I had a question about what this was like an audience to. It was an audience to kids.
It's supposed to be a
but
kids
he
movie.
keeps saying about like he keeps talking about her butt
Yes.
and
It's
how he
it's
wants
Adam
to
Sandler
have
kid
her
movie.
babies.
This is why I wanted to.
and
This is what we
how
started
that-
with this.
needs to be a
Yeah.
squeeze, and I'm like, okay,
Fat,
Yeah.
we
fat
squeezing
dress
there.
mama with the red dress on.
Yep.
talking about how little heinies. It's very weird.
The very
Yeah.
end credits with all 4 of those girls that have big butts. It's like a montage of like.
That was almost like an
how
Austin
he's-
Powers parody, where he
It
did,
was.
instead of the boobs, it was the butts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get why he was obsessed with butts. And it was even
It's
weird
very odd.
that in the very beginning, they were like, he wants to find someone just like Mama. And it's just a pan shot of her ass, and it's huge. Anyways,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
so he had kids.
Was that
at
a
his-
real butt? Was that a real butt? Was that?
I
No.
don't know.
Was there
It was like-
prosthetics within the butt?
It looked like a pinata that they just like put in someone's pants. Like it definitely did not look real to me.
I definitely know his.
If I hit it, will candy?
I
come
definitely know
out?
the girl.
Yeah.
The girl he was talking to at first. That was a fake ass.
Right.
They definitely
Yeah.
stuffed her pants. Anyways,
I stuffed my pants.
For other reasons.
by the way, she had a terrible like New York accent. It was bad. Anyways, so he wanted to make a kids movie for essentially because he had kids at that point. Remember, he was almost 50. He's almost 70.
He's still trying to make a kids movie. He's still
He's
trying.
almost 70 now?
Yeah, he's like 67 or 65, I think, right now.
Golly.
He's
All
old,
This is not a kids.
but he doesn't look it. He's
No.
a younger looking dude.
This is not
Yeah.
a kids movie.
And no, it's not.
If he was trying to make a kids movie, he failed.
Well, he
miserably.
failed
Yeah.
a lot of things here. That was number one. But they did try to get Jim Carrey to do this at first.
It was better.
Oh, so much better.
A little bit better.
No,
I mean-
so
But
much
Dana
better.
Carvey was still writing all the jokes.
Oh, yeah.
It
Maybe
doesn't
not.
matter. Like, I feel like he would have delivered it better.
Here's the problem.
Jim Carrey's a better actor.
This is the problem
Yeah.
with the movie, is that Carvey is, and some people may disagree with this, but if you'd seen him on Saturday Night Live and watched those episodes, he is like a high tier impressionist. He is
Yeah,
great at
absolutely.
impressions. These bit characters he does.
I mean,
Jim
his
Carrey
most
has a
famous
Jim Carrey
is-
way about him. But Dana Carvey
Yeah.
can do all these characters. This should have been the perfect vehicle for him, and he fucked it up.
Yeah. Right. He did write this, right?
Yeah, he wrote it.
Okay.
Some of his characters
Okay.
are, in
So-
in theory, kind of funny. The Gammy Num
Yeah.
Nums is kind of funny.
Yeah. Right.
All right? But anyways, so to date, this was Dana Carvey's last starring role until, does anybody else know what other movie he was in?
No.
Jack and Jill.
Oh, another terrible one.
Two of one of the shittiest movies ever made. Those were his two last roles.
Oh my
As a star.
gosh. Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm telling you, he's not a good actor.
He's
just
hilarious, but yeah, you're right. He's not.
The problem
He's not a
is,
good actor. He can do skits. Like, I could picture him on like a comedy stage and like telling jokes and stuff and being
Right.
super funny. But
Yeah.
as an actor, no. Like
I disagree with you in the
I
point.
I cringed every time that he came onto the screen.
I disagree with you because the way when he acted, doing impressions is acting. He was like I said, he was one of the biggest comedy stars for a while. Yes, he was terrible
Right.
in this movie. I completely agree with you. But to say
So-
he doesn't have the skill is completely wrong. But
And-
his writing skill is shitty. He didn't
One of-
write all
one
his
of the-
skits. If you
One of the main things wrong with this movie is that it's all a movie about impressions, but 5% of the movie is the impressions.
That's because Carvey wrote it, and Carvey's not a good writer. He takes what's
Yeah.
given to him, and he makes gold. He takes what he makes, and he gets shit out of it.
Yeah.
So I agree with
Okay.
you that he was terrible in this movie. You are right. But it's not because of his skills, it's because of his writing. He wrote himself
Right.
into a really shitty movie. You are exactly
Did
right.
But you
gotta
don't
be
really
good.
hear that a lot. You don't really hear that
Uh,
when the person that wrote the movie has a shitty role in the movie.
Well, he made it shitty because he wrote it.
has he said anything about it since, like how bad it
I'm
is?
sure
Like,
he
was,
has,
how-
but
Yeah.
he's really
Okay.
and even his stand-up sucks now. Like, he was a decent
Really?
stand-up guy. I think what happened is on Saturday Night
Too much
Live,
drugs.
those late 80s, early 90s were so good that it made him. They propped him up so much that it made him seem better than he was. When in reality, he probably should have just been doing movies that were given to him instead of writing. Because his stand-up isn't even that good.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, his best thing that he did on SNL that most people would agree with is his impression of George W. Bush.
Yes, George H.W. Bush. George Senior. Yes, that's what him and Church Lady are his big kind of
Church
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Okay.
I want to get through just two more things real quick here.
Okay.
Brent Spiner played Delvin Bowman. Does anybody know where he's from?
No.
He was a famous guy on a Star type show. Star Trek? Anybody?
Star is Born.
No, Star Trek. He was Data.
Star Trek.
Oh, okay,
Star Wars.
gotcha.
Star
No,
Wars.
Brent Spiner was Data.
Okay.
And then the Turtle Club scene, just real quick to get this out of the way. This is not funny. It filmed on September 11th, actually, during the attacks.
Oh man.
Yeah,
What?
so
Where
imagine
was it
doing that
filmed?
scene
And
and
then hearing that.
hearing all
yeah.
that at the same time and trying to be
You
funny.
think they told
Wait,
Danny Carvey that he was while he's in a turtle suit about it? Because that'd be a very distinct memory. I'm sure
That'd
he
be
has.
really weird.
Where was
That's
it
crazy.
filmed?
What?
Where was the movie filmed? Was it filmed
Probably
in New
some
York?
backdrop. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's
Crazy.
very little on this movie. I think they wanted to wipe a lot of this
Pretend it never happened.
like
yeah.
it never happened. Okay, so let's
Okay.
start with story.
Plot.
Okay. Oh gosh, Justin.
Okay, so you have a kidnapping.
Yeah.
You have him trying to be the master of disguise to. God.
Thank God
the
this
way
was short.
The way that they said it, were like,
Yeah.
was the specific things that he needed to do within that stupid book.
They were also inconsistent.
Dumb. God, it was so
Like
dumb.
his dad could just put on a rubber suit, but he has to become another person.
Well, to me that was because he was at level 1.5. They said he had to get to 7,000. So maybe that's to me. That's
Yeah,
why he.
I wish they would have
Totally.
said
He
something
makes
that would have made the movie
100%
better.
sense.
it would have made it look like a lot better. It's a 1,
That's
dude.
yeah.
I'm surprised you gave it a 1.
He gets kidnapped. He has to be the master detective. He figures out to be a master detective. Saves his parents.
No,
It was the
he
original
doesn't even
premise.
become the detective. It's
No.
Alright.
it's the assistant who does
Master
that
Because
the
it's
whole
smart
time.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He keeps saying,
It's a 1.
"Yeah, it's a 1."
She's perfect. She's got the brains and the
It was.
and
It
the
was.
looks.
No, she doesn't have.
It was a
butt.
little
She's
short.
Perfect.
That's true. No, but it was definitely short, and the premise itself was somewhat a good idea. So for that, it gets at least something. It gets a 1. All
I'm
right.
gonna give her a 0, man.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I give it a 0 as well.
I don't see anything
All right.
that I could take from this that's good.
Yeah. All right.
Like
Yes.
what is good?
I think
What is
Chris
good about
had
it?
I think Chris said it best. The idea of this movie is actually pretty interesting, but
Yeah, this is
nothing
original.
of that idea was done well
No.
at all.
No.
Okay. Next one. Main characters.
Okay, so this is definitely Jennifer, which is the girl, Pistachio, and I guess Delvin Bowman. I guess maybe the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Pistachio is terrible.
No. Yeah. Absolutely.
Jennifer was
So-
good.
Yeah. Yeah. She was great. Honestly,
Really?
she was probably one of the best parts.
Why would you fall in love with that guy?
No, that did not make any sense.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
He slapped the bitch, man. He was, and then
Yeah,
she fell in
that
love
guy.
with him.
Who's your daddy? Who's your
What was
daddy?
up with the?
He
What was up with
he
the?
grew some balls at that bar, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Alright.
one thing that I did like about this movie that I didn't mention in the plot. It was the scene where they found the nest. I did think that scene was cool.
That was well
Yeah,
done.
I agree. Yeah.
Where
Um,
like he like pushed that button and that thing popped up, and then they pulled the lever and everything kind of like exposed itself. I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so main characters. 1 again.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
like.
give it a. I'm gonna
I
give
like
it a
the girl.
2.
A 2?
I'm gonna give it a
Okay.
2.
All
Yeah.
right. I like the
There's
girl.
There's 3 main characters, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of them's good, and the other 2 are shit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 2.
Math doesn't add up, but all right.
What would you get, Justin?
This is 0.
What?
If this is one of y'all's movies, this is why I would put it. They're terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the girl.
Even the assistant is bad. Like, why in the
Yeah.
world, first of all, would you even want to date this guy? This guy obviously
Yeah.
has mental issues in some way, shape, or form.
Stay away.
He has extreme mental issues. They even said at the very beginning of the movie that he heard voices, and he hears voices throughout the whole movie.
Oh,
He's
gosh,
wearing underwear
yeah.
on his head as a 45-year-old.
With whipped cream
He's-
as a
he's
with
still a
whipped cream as
waiter.
beard.
I get that it's his
That is
family's
dad's
restaurant,
choice.
I was about to say, I understand that it's his family's restaurant. Like that didn't bother
but you think
me.
he'd be a
But-
maybe assistant manager. I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
Well, they don't have that position.
They should.
Yeah, me too. They should make one for him. All right. So the next one.
Everybody else.
Minor character.
Wow.
Yeah.
A 0, Justin. That's just that's scared. Not scared me, but that shocked me. That shocked me.
All right, so
Yeah.
like grandpa, the mom and dad,
Yeah.
the random henchman. It's really, I guess, the boyfriend who was there for like 2 minutes of the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the? I'm sorry, I meant to bring this up for your main character. What do you think about the hilarious fart jokes? Those things.
Okay, so every
Dude.
time he laughed, I'm gonna tell you right now, I thought that was pretty funny. When he,
Okay.
I thought it was so stupid that it was funny. Every time he was laughing, and even the time when he stopped and he just randomly farted afterwards.
Yeah, he was like impressed he didn't, and then he did. That's
I
kinda
thought
funny.
it was a decent kid movie bit. I get
Okay.
it.
I did not like it. Made me cringe every time. The only time that I thought it was amusing is when he's like, he knows he's beaten and he's running away.
He's
Right.
farting on the way.
He's running away and he's farting the whole time. That was the
Pretty good.
only thing that I found out that was amusing. But the fart jokes with him laughing, like doing his evil laugh and then farting, I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
I thought it was a decent kid movie bit. I giggled.
Okay.
I took it for
God.
what it was.
Okay.
Stupid?
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
but at least
All right.
it was not as bad as some of the other stuff that was in the movie.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay, so secondary characters,
Yeah.
mom, dad, grandpa. Even let's do the celebrity cameos. Those were all the real celebrities.
Jessica
Yeah.
Simpson,
Yeah,
classic.
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Jesse.
give it a 2
So he was a track star?
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
He ran the
I'm gonna
100
give it-
meters.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I like the dad a lot.
The dad's one of the only
James
sane
Brolin's always
people
good.
in this movie.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Josh Brolin's dad, kind of cool, and yeah, I liked him. I thought he was good, and the grandma wasn't. His lines were terrible, but I thought he was fine.
His
I give it a
his
2.
shtick was okay.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
things I didn't like about the interactions with all the characters was when they were interviewing Jill. What was her name?
Jennifer.
Was
It's
it
the
Jill?
same as her cat.
Jennifer.
It's the same as her real name.
They were interviewing her and they were like talking about her, and she was like, "I can hear everything you're saying."
Little
It was just like
Heidi. I was like, "Good lord."
Yeah. it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3 though because they got all the celebrity cameos.
Wow,
was very
that was enough to
impressed
give it a 3?
I was very okay. It's
They're-
they had more celebrity cameos than Mighty Joe Young.
Good point. That should be our basis for minor characters in the future.
My
That more.
Okay,
more
so
than zero.
here's the thing. I wasn't impressed with the minor characters in Mighty Joe Young, but I was impressed with these.
Okay, fair enough.
my where are my notes on this one? I had a note about this part. Dang it, I'm gonna I'm gonna forget it now. Let's see. Yeah, keep going because I forgot my. Oh, it's my
All
turn.
right.
It's a 1.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
the dad's the only thing that saved it. Oh, here
Yeah.
was my note. When Jessica Simpson walks into her car, she's listening to her own
He's
music.
playing your own music.
Yeah.
Is that normal? Like
Pretty great.
is Eminem bumping his own songs while he's
Pro-
going down the road?
Probably so.
I thought it would have been so. I know it was. He was stealing things that kids would like know about, but I
Right.
felt like it would have been so much better if he was like stealing like just valuable stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
That-
why would Jessica Simpson want the Apollo 11?
Why does Michael
Space
Johnson
something.
need the Constitution? Oh, it kind of looks like a relay stick. You know what? Let's
Yeah,
give it to Michael
that's why.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it would have been so much better if he was just like stealing like paintings or
I agree.
I mean, he's
robbing
still
a
like
like
bank
Lisa.
or something.
Or like steal like if you're gonna have Michael Johnson, have him steal like his medals or something, or steal Jessica Simpson's house. I don't know. You know what I
Or
mean?
not
So-
like not even steal it, like just go grab his medals and just
Yeah.
be like wearing the medals
Yeah,
like out of
exactly.
his house or something like
exactly.
that.
It's a better.
And then like it would have been so funny if he would have went to his house, got the medals, walks out of his house, Michael Johnson comes through the window, does a double take, like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
exactly.
That would have
Yeah.
been funny. I
It
would
would have been
have
great. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
All right,
what's
let's keep
next?
moving. Let's keep acting.
Oh my god. All
I'll
right,
do
who
that
wants to
one.
go first?
You go,
I
John.
will. I
Yeah.
will. It's a 0.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 0 too.
this has to be
Not gonna. Yeah.
one of the worst acted movies I've ever seen in my life. And it's all because of those stupid accents that Carvey
Yeah.
did with Pistachio. Why is he have to talk that? James Brolin didn't talk that way.
No.
Why is this so exaggerated?
The dad did a good job.
Why is it so
But
exaggerated?
that's because it was subtle.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Why is it exaggerated? I don't understand like why he went so far. But you're right. I mean, James Brolin is a
With
good
the
actor.
Italian
So,
accent? Is that what you're
Yeah.
trying to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was
Oh,
exaggerated. Like the New York accents, all of it. It was so bad.
it was so bad.
It was bad.
At least when he was
It was
doing
bad.
impressions, minus the super racist Indian one,
Yes.
at least you knew why he was exaggerating.
Where he charmed the snake.
I
It's
did
pretty
like
great.
the English dude.
Yeah.
That-
Like
That's
when
pretty
he's
good.
when he
I
he
agree.
actually
That was my favorite disguise. Yeah.
Well, I could tell you, but if you're a real ding-dong, ding-a-ding-a-ding-wad, hut one, hut two, I need a Charleston chew. Get it, got it, doubt it.
I think it's time for you to go.
And I think it's time for you to put a squeeze on your chat box.
What?
This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do.
that's like his master of disguise type of thing. Like when he actually is starting to realize he can actually do it.
Yeah.
No, but when he did that I thought that was really cool.
Or I
Yeah,
like
that
the
was-
Scarface character. He was pretty.
one of
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
only scenes I liked about this movie was that scene.
We'll
I
get
agree.
to his
I
characters at the end. That's my final category.
Oh, great. Okay. All right. Next up, does it hold up?
Does this hold?
Did
Did
it
it hold
ever?
up then? No.
yeah.
Do you want to know how much
I'm
it
gonna
made?
say. Sure.
Speaking of holding up,
Yes, I do.
okay, you'll be surprised. I'm sure you will. The budget
Big
was
money?
16 million. Do I have any guesses on
16?
16 million?
Okay.
That's it?
Yep. Any guesses on the box office on this?
30.
70.
30 and 70? Oh, I thought I'm gonna go lower. It's 43.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it made its money back
I mean,
and made
it's,
more.
if you show the clips like with Jessica Simpson, if you show the clips with like some of these famous people
The
that are
Turtle
in the
Club.
movie, yeah, the Turtle Club thing, like, yeah, no, like people are gonna flood to the
Yeah.
And it was still Dana
To the
Carvey.
theaters.
He could still bring people in, and then he couldn't
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
After
and this was the
movie.
reason.
It just
I really want to stress like how damaging this was to him, like how big of a thing he was, and how much this ruined his whole career.
Yeah.
It was
that's
bad.
bad. We watched a movie that ruined someone's career.
Yes, and then he went on to ruin it even more with Jack and Jill.
I can't believe he was in that.
Somehow, Adam Sandler
Okay.
didn't get his career ruined through that.
Yeah, how did Adam Sandler make it out of this? But Dana Carvey did.
I think because people expect Adam Sandler to make those shitty movies, I think people put
Yeah.
Dana Carvey above him just because,
Right.
like, okay, he could be really funny. Adam Sandler does this shit all the time.
Right.
I mean, Adam Sandler makes movies for his friends. Like, that's what he's doing. He's helping them out. He does.
But
all
nobody
this
like
stuff,
put that out during when Jack and Jill came out. That's a very recent thing.
Right.
That was not a recent thing. People hated Sandler for a long time in the late 2000s, early aughts.
Right.
It was a
Yeah. When
Okay.
he,
Anyways,
All right,
next
0.
category.
So,
wait, what did we give it? Or does it hold up? I gave it 0.
I give him a 0.
Yep.
I want to change one of mine. Can I do that?
Change it? No.
Sure, go for it.
I want to change acting. I want to change acting to 1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What's the next category?
All right, next is desire to continue watching.
All right. Well, The Master of Disguise 2. I'm kidding.
Right. I never
I
want
was
to
about
ever
to
see
say
this again.
how.
I never want to see this
I
again. I
don't-
never want to think about it again. 0.
John.
Okay, so you told us something that blew my mind. That you rewatched this movie before the podcast.
It's his guilty pleasure. He
And-
loves it.
And I was thinking, how the hell did you sit here and waste another fucking hour and a half of your life watching this movie?
Because I
again?
find it so funny to make fun of the shit in this. It's so bad.
I don't find that amusing at all.
Like I said, it's my guilty pleasure.
That's where we disagree with an entertainment purpose.
Remember, I used to like this movie.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
it's a
Guilty
guilty
pleasure.
pleasure for me.
I understand.
Trust me,
I
I
understand
know
that.
how shit this movie is. I'm giving it zeros essentially.
It's so
Right.
shitty.
I just
It's
need
so
people to
shitty.
understand how bad this movie really is.
No, it is. Like, if you're thinking about watching this after listening to our podcast, I mean, do you? But I would recommend not to.
Everyone needs to watch
Like,
it
100%.
because it's one of those movies.
I think
that's
everybody-
so bad. It's good.
I agree. I think everybody needs to see it.
I disagree with that. I feel like no one needs to see this.
This is movies gone wrong. As John said last podcast when we were introducing this as this week's movie, it's 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
It is one of the worst movies of all time.
Yeah. It's so great. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So my last category is obviously.
Wait. Wait. What do you say? Desire to continue watching?
It's
Did everybody say
zeros.
0? Okay.
Oh, it's a 0. Oh, it's a 100% a 0.
So my last category is going to be the characters, his impressions.
Okay.
All right. I want to go through a
All right.
couple of them real quick.
Okay,
I'll name
yeah.
some off, and we'll talk about
Okay.
it real quick. All right.
Okay.
So the first one he does, one of the first ones he does, is the super racist Indian guy.
Sure. Yeah.
Never should be done again. Never should be seen.
He literally charmed the snake. He did that.
What song did they play when he was? It was a.
Na 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 na.
Yeah.
And you had to record.
Yeah. It was like a whole band playing, like while he was doing this record, trying to charm this snake. It was
Yeah.
bad.
It would not fly today at all.
No.
It shouldn't.
No. It shouldn't have been either.
It should-
Oh yeah, of course. I thought one of the other funnier bits when they were doing the history stuff real quick was when they talked about the George Washington and the cherry tree.
Oh, that was my favorite scene. That was my favorite scene.
Not then George Washington and the
For
tree
real?
runs off.
They were among the world's first environmentalists.
Sorry, George Washington, no cherry tree for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The part that I laughed at was when the kid has like it's showing a flashback of him as a kid, and he has like all those muscles stuffed into his shirt, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You think you got muscles?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he takes it and he gets thrown against the wall
Right. Yeah.
and like smacks his face against it. I laughed.
Classic bullying. Yeah.
you know, like the baby slapping scene.
No.
You slap me, I slap you. I giggle.
That was terrible.
No, I didn't like that.
A quick little fun fact
It wasn't funny.
about the kids and the scientist in the lab. That's Cole and Dylan Sprouse.
Yeah,
Sweet
the
Life of
Big
Jack,
Daddy
Sweet
kids.
Life and Jack and
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah.
Okay, characters. Gammy Num Nums, the old lady. I thought she was
Gosh.
pretty funny.
Okay, no.
You're a tall
Not
drink
really.
of water, and I like
Yeah.
moisture.
No. No. Thank you.
It was disgusting and
Hard
hilarious.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay, then
No,
the
it-
Scarface character.
He was funny.
Pretty
Yeah.
funny. You know, with the little
Yeah.
head, and
Yeah.
like it's a kid's movie, and he's like, when I saw you, I knew you had a little wiener and tiny nuts. I'm like, oh God.
It's just not a kids movie.
No.
Like you're saying it's a kids
That's
movie. It's
not a kid's movie joke. But it was meant for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
But his Scarface
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's,
No,
the Jaws
it
character,
was great.
I couldn't understand him.
I can
It was
understand.
okay.
The what? The what, dude?
The Jaws
guy.
character. Yeah, on the boat.
Then the German guy, the English guy,
This guy was good.
pretty good. And
The
then
shit.
oh yeah, then he was just things. He wasn't doing impressions
I
anymore.
know. It's
He
like they
became a
ran
cherry
out.
Best
pie?
impressions that he's done
Yeah.
in this movie is
But then
one
he
of his
was-
items.
But then he was W. Bush at the end.
His Bush was okay.
wasn't bad.
His Bush Senior is much better.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do y'all think of the impressions?
Look, I thought the impressions were better in the credits than they actually were
Some of the
during
cut
movie.
stuff was funny. The toy guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
yeah.
the toy guy. He was like, oh, it's a yo no,
And it's
not yo yo.
And it's only 70 minutes. Why not make it longer and put actually good scenes in the movie?
Oh, the turtle guy.
but-
the
You
horse
gotta
turtle.
add stuff to the end.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 1. No, I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2.
I was
It
about to say,
wasn't.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
think 2 is
terrible.
fair.
Yeah.
I still think Gammy Num Nums was the funniest. That I like moisture line. I was like, oh God, ugh. And then they ruined it
disgusting.
though with the we're never gonna make babies. I was like, oh God,
Yeah.
ugh.
Well, just
That's what made you
congratulations.
say, "Oh God," too. It wasn't anything else.
Congratulations, Justin. You had the lowest rated thing ever we've watched.
What did I get?
7 points.
Yes.
Out of
We-
35,
Out of 35, you got 7. So it's not even close. The next
so you
lowest
got a
is
fifth of the
12.
points.
Yeah. So, congratulations, Justin. I hope you wanted that. Good.
Don't
That's-
worry, I have good stuff coming up.
Good. All right.
my God.
Well, next week, I am going to clean the palate of this terrible thing you
Please.
just watched. We're going to watch a TV show. We watched something of it in the first season, but we haven't been back to it, and I've always wanted to. We're going to watch Rugrats Season 1.
You mean?
Yay?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I was like,
okay,
wait a minute,
okay,
we watched
okay.
Rugrats. Did we watch the
Yeah.
movie?
No, we
Watch
watched
the
the
movie.
movie.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is any
Okay,
good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if it's any good, but I used to love this show, and so I think it'd be fun to watch it. It's all on Hulu. You guys have Hulu. So.
I like the Rugrats. when I
Everyone
was a
recognizes the theme song to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
kid. I watched
and,
this all the time
it-
as a kid.
It became very good. I think the first season's a little rough, but it became a very good show and very funny. And it had some good, like, adult humor. It was like one of those first, like, shows where they tried to put in little jokes for the adults as the kids were watching. So I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited to go back to it. It's been a long time.
I
since watched
remember
the first season.
when that show, after that show ended, and they did like the all grown up. Like
Yeah,
we watched that
uh-huh.
show so much. Like I was so excited because like they were like my age at that point. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, cool.
exactly.
I get to see them in middle school and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited to go back and rewatch the show.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right. So
Rugrats, huh?
next week. So John, you want to take us home?
All right. So you can find us on Another Man's Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com. Please go rate us on where you're listening to us right now. We would really
That helps.
appreciate it.
Yep.
It does help a lot. It helps helps the algorithm find everyone.
Yeah.
If you are following us on social medias, if you see us post anything, please, please, please go give that a like.
Uh-huh.
We are also on Twitch, and we are also on TikTok. So
Yeah.
that's at Another Man's Nostalgia if you want to go look us up there. You can give to our Patreon. We have a Patreon as well. There's different tiers when it comes to our Patreons, but if you want to actually have a suggestion, which we actually do have a suggestion
Coming up in a couple
pretty
weeks.
soon.
Yeah.
If you want a suggestion when it comes to the podcast, go to our Patreon and you actually can give a suggestion that we're gonna do. Can't be one of the ones that we've already done, but it can be a 90s or 2000 movie or TV show. So, yeah, please get ready for that.
You're
when
about
it
to say,
comes
please
to
give us
our
money.
Patreon pick. I didn't say that.
You're about to.
Oh. Well, please give us money.
At least you didn't hawk it at the beginning of the podcast like last time.
I did not do that. Well, I was like, hey, we say we do video games, but we don't do video games on the podcast. We do video games on the Patreon.
Do we?
And I was like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright.
okay, because Justin does literally nothing.
I'm just, hey, I'm the talent. I'm here for that.
That's right. That's right.
So I keep forgetting. Oh, what's an episode that we can watch? I guess the Road Rat season 1
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie.
There you go.
movie.
You'll be really confused
Jesus.
because the new character doesn't show up, but
Right. The audio's gonna be terrible. Bear with it. Season 1, episode 8, I think. So,
Yeah, the audio sucks.
Yeah.
We probably suck. It's season 1.
It's even gotten worse. Let us know.
more than likely. It's okay. Be
All right.
honest.
Alright. Alright.
There's only
well,
5 of you.
Is that everything?
So.
Yeah. Is that everything?
I don't know.
Sure,
Maybe.
Alright.
You're the one who's in charge.
Well, okay.
I keep losing my train of thought.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next week with Rugrat Season 1.
Peace.